Oh, it wasn't showing my face. What's good, YouTube? Back with another video. Today's video is us reacting to this girl. I'm not sure who this is. She's making $100K per month teaching people about money. So I haven't seen this video yet, but we about to check it out together. So let's see what this be about. Also, one thing I noticed is that there's 500 dislikes. So I don't know what she said or did that made 500 people hit that dislike button, but that's a lot. So let's find out.
So I actually started my first business when I was 9 years old. So I owned vending machines, the kind where you put a quarter in.
Okay. I don't know why I say 5. 9 years old. You owned vending machines at 9 years old. Jeez, that's crazy. I can see why you make $100K a month. Hustler.
You get a handful of handy outs, and all the profits went to my college fund. So by the time I was graduating high school, I owned 15 of these vending machines. And
bro, what? 15 vending machines? By the time you left high school, you owned 15. How do you even own a vending machine, bro?
It was a great way to teach me entrepreneurship, right? I didn't invent anything. It's not like I went on Shark Tank. It wasn't anything novel, but I learned how to pitch myself. I learned how to accept rejection. I learned what profit and loss was. I learned that I couldn't expand my business until I had the money to do so.
Turned her blog into a lucrative.
All of my female friends were coming to for advice and guidance. What's an IRA? How do you start saving money? And as I was writing my blog and as I was growing my business, I realized that a financial education is our best form of protest as women. It is our best way to build agency and to have agency in order to, fight wealth inequality and general inequality. And that's for any marginalized group, whether you're a woman, a person of color, a member of the LGBTQ community, a differently abled person. Having a financial education is your best form of agency and of protest against an unjust system. And so my rebrand of my business was her first 100K, and that was centered around my journey to save $100,000 at age 25.
How did she save 100K by age 25? That's wild. Bro, who is this girl? I need to holler at her. She's crazy. 100K by 25, 15 vending machines by the time she left high school or got into high school or whatever she said. That's just crazy. She quit her job. Ooh, the beginning of every entrepreneur journey.
A lot, especially online, right? We're like, just quit your job. And for me, I had people asking me every day for probably 3 years, like, when are you going to quit your job? And I was so worried about my own security. I was worried about healthcare, and I was worried about just having a stable income. I was making as much money in my business as I was in my 9 to 5, and often even more money. But I was so focused.
See, this is the part I don't understand, who are people who have side businesses and they're like, oh, I was making as much, if not more. I don't understand why you're so afraid to make that jump. If you're making the same or more, for me, it would be no question. If I was making as much money or more money on YouTube, I don't make any money on YouTube. But if I was, for sure, I would run with that. I guess it's not as stable and they're worried about stability and what if it fails and stuff like that. But as an entrepreneur, and if you got a business, you got to just go. You don't have no time for looking back or thinking about it. What's that Andre 3 Stacks line? Andre 3000 has a line. He goes, spaceships don't come equipped or with rear view mirrors. They dip as quick as they can. That's the way I think about it. You got an opportunity, run with it. Don't even think. Just go.
On, staying as long as I could, that I almost kind of ignored it. I was like, I do want to take my business full time, but I was so nervous, and the universe kind of made me.
Sometimes I think about starting a blog, but I don't think anybody would read it. And I'd rather invest that same amount of time into video content because I think that it's easier for me and I like it more, but I'm a better writer. I suck at video content, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna make this actually happen, but I'm gonna try.
The decision for me, it was very much like I had this momentum. I had my 100K in the bank, which I didn't plan on touching, but I knew that 100K was a huge ticket out, right? It was stability. It was an emergency fund that was big enough to sustain me if I needed it. So I
100K would do more than sustain you. That's living expenses for a couple years if you're living lavish.
A lot of people have this very grand idea that like quitting your job is walking out and kind of like, throwing all the papers on the floor and being like, I'm done. And mine was not that.
Mine will be.
It was very much, I'm a very confident person, but that was a very scary thing. My first year of full-time entrepreneurship was 2020. That was my first year of, growing my business. And I thought to myself, okay, if I can just make $100,000 in revenue, maybe I can do that. That will be my goal. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. That seemed like so much money. And I thought, okay, that's a great stretch goal. Maybe I can get it done. We did over $500,000 in 20.
What? That's wild. Her goal was 100K in revenue. First of all, which is a very ambitious girl. Ambitious goal. She is an ambitious girl. Ambitious goal to have, but not only to hit it, but to like times it by 5. That's crazy, bro. Round of applause to this girl. That's crazy.
2020.
500K. I'm still blown away at the fact that you did 500K in revenue in your first year of business. Most businesses will never see 500K revenue.
So that was the crazy thing is, I set this goal that I thought was so ambitious, and then we just kind of blew up in 2020. I have a team now of 4. We're actually hiring another person as I'm speaking here. We have so many plans to grow and to evolve our business. And we started at this time last year with 30,000 followers across all social media platforms. Now we have over 1 million. So,
Bro. So you started with 30,000 total and now you're at 1.5 million. It's crazy how fast. I don't know why as soon as I get on camera, I can't speak. I totally forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say, it's crazy how fast you just blow up on social media. It's like a snowball effect. Like you'll be putting in all this work and then it just shoots up all of a sudden, like from one video or one thing. She has 1.5 million on TikTok. I have like 51 followers on TikTok. You want to follow me on TikTok? Follow me. It's the same as my name. Just type in my name. Let's get to 52 followers.
This movement is, it's honestly my life's work. I've realized that, of course, building a business, growing my own wealth is something that is important to me, but I see every single day the impact that our work at Her First 100K has on people and on women. I used to say we get messages every day. Now we get messages every hour of, women who are saying, I was able to leave an abusive situation because I have my own money now. Or, I became debt free and I finally feel able to progress in my life. Or I negotiated $20,000 more at my company. Like, we hear these stories now all of the time, and it is my favorite thing in the world, and it's the reason I do what I do. So our business will continue to grow. I have so many amazing goals for it, and I'm so proud of, our revenue and of our team's growth and of all of that. But really, at the end of the day, it's so cool that I get to make money doing something that I absolutely love and that changes women's lives. We did.
So I'm not sure why this has so many dislikes, actually. Like, I don't know. What's the problem?
6 figures in March. And that also, when you...
6 figures in 1 month? Dog. Stuff like this makes me believe that I could really do something with this. Because I'm just like, if they can do it, like, why can't I? Like, why can't I? I could figure something out. I don't have to make 100K a month. Maybe I can make 100 a month or 1,000 a month. I think those are really practical and doable, like, things and goals. But I feel like that's setting the bar too low. You gotta go for it all the way if you're gonna go for it.
You hear 6 figures. A lot of people are just talking about revenue. And I am just talking about revenue in that, but we're still making 6 figures of profit, which is really exciting that we get to reinvest back into the business and that we get to take and hire more women. That's been the coolest part, is just realizing over the past couple months, I get to provide jobs for women. And I have people who are from all over the world now who are applying to work with us, and I get to provide jobs for them, and I get to accelerate their financial lives. And so, yeah, we did 6 figures in March, which is pretty wild.
wild is an understatement. 6 figures in profit? Bro, 6 figures in profit. I'm just blown away. I'm just absolutely blown away. This is nuts. This is just crazy. Good for her. Round of applause, part 2. Yeah, I don't know about the dislikes. Let's see. Why are there so many dislikes? Most of the money selling courses. Teach other people how to get rich. Yeah, that's pretty much how every person gets rich. What's your business? What platform do you get rich? It'll cost you $1,000 a month. Women's rights. Damn, it's a lot of haters here. I mean, I guess basically what everybody's saying is you didn't really tell anybody how to get rich, I guess. But maybe she does on her like TikTok and on her like platforms and stuff like that. I don't know. Well, yeah, there was nothing to really criticize on this. I need like a juicy episode where like I could be like, what are you doing? And like say all these things that this person's doing wrong, but all the ones that I've been doing so far, like people that are like doing super well. I think I need to stop picking people who have really high incomes, because those tend to be the people that are more careful with their money, because they have a lot of money. So I can't be like, oh, you spend $1,000 a month on shoes, like, oh, but you make like $500,000 million a freaking year. So I think I need to start doing people below 6 figures, because most of the people 6 figures, it doesn't really matter what they spend money on because they make so much. All right, so next video, I'm going to do somebody below 6 figures that lives in a big city like New York City or LA or something like that. I'm going to do one of those. All right, well, if you stuck with me this long, I really rock with you, appreciate you. Please subscribe, like, comment, turn on post notifications so you can be notified when I post a new video. Got plenty of heat coming, plenty of new videos on all types of stuff. So stick with me. We're going to make it to like 50 subscribers by next month and 100 by the end of the year. Quote me on that. All right. See you in the next video, homies.